Well, what we're going to talk about for the next couple of minutes, and it's going to be brief so that we can get upstairs and enjoy it in more depth, is an experiment. This is not a product or a service that's going to be available to visitors to the museum starting next week, but instead an experiment. And it's one that we did collaboratively. And the we is a group of Intel technologists like myself and our good friends in the education department here at the Whitney Museum of Art. And the experiment was simply this, to ask a couple of very basic questions. What if we put a fully capable, portable, personal computer in the hands of museum goers? Could we augment their educational experience, or might we run the risk of distracting them from their primary purpose of being here, and that's to look at the artworks? I'll never forget a meeting with Max and his team where he looked me in the eye and said, "Ralph, I'm for this, but the eyes must stay on the artwork as much as possible." That was our challenge as educators and technologists, to find that balance. And I want to show you very quickly, and this will be very quick, a taste for what we have going on here. With a fully capable personal computer, as you can imagine, we can show you still images, we can have audio, we can even incorporate video and put it all in the palm of your hand. I'm going to select one of the 5 art objects, and by the way, indicative of it being a limited experiment, we're only dealing with 5 art objects, in this case from the 5th floor from the 1950s. I'm going to select on the Pollock. So you can see it dissolves into a map that helps the user find the artwork. I'll click on the artwork.
In 1949, 1 year before he made this painting, Life magazine asked its
Sounds like a familiar voice, Ralph.
Yep, that's none other than Max, who served as voice talent for this project. There's a very important image that's up on the screen, and that is, please look at the artwork. We found in initial testing, and this was quite fascinating to us, that users of all age range said, I kept looking at the computer because I didn't want to miss anything. Oh my God, so we realized we needed to prompt them with audio cues and visual cues to make sure they stayed on the subject matter and glanced only at the tablet when it had a bit of augmenting education to offer. Down below you'll see some very simple controls based on stereo standards, play, pause, forward, and so forth. There's a slider bar here. And I'm going to show you one of the multimedia assets that makes having a computer in your hand so exciting.
Today. Here's a clip of Hans Namath's film on your Gallery Explorer screen.
So imagine you're in front of the Pollock right now.
There is no accident, just as there is no beginning and no end. Sometimes I lose a painting, but I have no fear of changes, of destroying the image. Because a painting has a life of its own, I try to let it live.
Namath's film of Pollock at work.
I want to highlight another feature. Because of its full programmability, we had an opportunity to do something very exciting. The educators here at the Whitney said, why not address an audience that's been locked out for a long time, and that's the hearing impaired? Why not add captioning to the narration? You see down below the black bar with the words? As the narration goes, it's in sync with captioning. Also, as a programmable machine, we could address different age groups as well. I'm going to click now and show you my favorite, the Family Tour, which is aimed at children ages 5 to 10.
Hey, man, be cool.
Well, instantly you saw the whimsy and the fun that they could bring to this exercise. I'm going to click on the Rothko. All of the same multimedia assets are employed, but of course with narration and a level of discussion appropriate for the age group in question.
So lived in New York City.
So the children can hear the story of the artist's life, see pictures as the adult counterpart does as well.
And images of the New York.
This is just a beginning. It's a catalyst exercise. We at Intel and our colleagues in the computer industry hope that our friends in the museum community will take this concept further, and we're looking forward to a bright future accordingly. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Ralph.